Wide open layup. Good. Ford got it. Here's Gage for a three. Yeah! That one's good, baby.
So, real quick, right before I pulled my stats up, I was on Facebook reading about Todd Monken taking the USF job. I don't know how realistic that is, but thank God maybe he could finally freaking leave. That would be my screw you moment to a lot of people. I personally hope he goes, but anyway, Georgia beats Western Carolina 68-55, and the Lady Dogs beat Coastal Carolina. What was the score of this game? And the Lady Dogs beat Coastal Carolina 78-61. We'll start with the Lady Dogs first. Georgia did not struggle at all in this game. Early in the first quarter, Coastal Carolina went on a little run, but it was nothing serious. The coach Abe era got off 1-0. This marks the first win of the Lady Bulldogs with Coach Abe at the helm. Georgia has won 17 straight season openers, 1-0. The Lady Dogs improved to 41-9 in opening games. Javon Nicholson had 14 points, going to 6 for 10. I was really surprised. The transfers really showed out early. Diamond Bates, Brittany Smith had 13 points. Brittany Smith had 12 points. Diamond had 13. Coastal Carolina did go on like a little run, like I said, but it was nothing much. Chloe Chapman helped Georgia as well, so to show Aisha Smith. Georgia's next game will be Alabama State tomorrow at 7 o'clock? Yeah. The total points, Brittany Smith had, I don't think it has the points on these stats, unfortunately for me. Oh yeah, Brittany Smith had 12, Javon Nicholson 14. No, that's not right. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I can't tell you Georgia had 20 turnovers. Georgia had 20 second chance points. Georgia had 4 fast break and bench points. Georgia had 29 bench points. That's really impressive. Unfortunately, I cannot find the total points. They have to get stat play-by-play stats on here, so that's interesting if you want to go full detail into it. But yeah, Georgia played really good versus Coastal Carolina. I was really Coastal Carolina has some great players too, though. So that's what made the win very impressive was the fact Georgia won the game and they won it convincingly. They only struggled for a little bit. Yeah, I can't find the total points for the women's game, so but Georgia did win. It was a great day. Well, here's some of them. Nicholson, 14 points. Diamond, 13. Brittany Smith, 12. So Aisha Smith, 9. That's just some of the points for Georgia against Coastal Carolina. Once again, a 78-61 win. Now it's time for a men's game. Georgia did win, and you probably say it was easy. It wasn't easy. That's not for me to decide. Georgia did win 68-55. Kerry Oquendo led the Dogs with 18 points. My man showed out. 18 points. I'm sure there's more stats here. Field of newcomers, 18 points, 7 of ladies shooting, The pair of free pointers, free blocks. I mean, that was pretty good. Frank Anselm, 11 points. Terry Roberts, 8 points. Jabbar Abdur-Rahim, 8 points. I mean, Georgia was on fire in this game. But then the problem started in the middle of the second half. Georgia really struggled. I mean, they started to fail. Coastal Carolina went on 18-0 run, 20-0 run. Georgia had 21 turnovers. They let Coastal Carolina. They let Western Carolina come back into the game. But then that's where this team comes in play. Mike White said in the post-game interview they had to turn it on. And, man, they did. Georgia did not look back in this game at all. Western Carolina, the closest they got it was to 2. Then after that, man, it was on from there. Coach White said, "It feels great to get a win with the Dogs. I'm sure happy for our newcomers. There's a bunch in the locker room that goes down to staff, the plural guys, the freshmen, the walk-ons. But more importantly, I'm happy for those guys who decided to come back. We have put forth a lot of effort and found a way to grind this one out." Western Carolina opened the second half on a 15-3 run. They hit a trio of consecutive three-pointers to make it 42-40. And, I mean, you can't ask for a better game Georgia played. Georgia played a good, consistent game. Now, and we'll talk more about it Friday, Georgia's next game is Wake Forest. If you have 20 turnovers against Wake Forest, you're not going to win that game. And I know that sounds mean or something. I know that sounds cliche, but I'm being real serious. If you have that many turnovers over versus Wake Forest, you will not win that game. But I think Kerry Oquendo is going to have multiple games like he had yesterday. I think he will have 20 points, maybe even 30-point games. With that being said, I don't know what happened every game. Of course not. It will not happen every game Georgia plays. But Carrio showed out versus Western Carolina. The Mike White era starts off 1-0. Both Georgia basketball teams start 1-0. For all you haters, Georgia basketball teams 2-0. They have more wins in November than the Georgia football team, if I'm correct. So, suck it. The Hoot Dogs and Lady Dogs got it done versus Western Carolina and Coastal Carolina. Western Carolina scared me for a bit, but it was okay. Lady Dogs next game will be tomorrow versus Arkansas State. We'll go on for Lady Dogs tip-off show later on in the day. Then Georgia plays Friday versus Wake Forest. That's going to be a game I'll record the pregame show. And that's a 2-nap game. I'll have to take 2 naps. But Georgia does win. Georgia Lady Dogs and Hoot Dogs 1-0. Georgia soccer team playing Sanford Friday night. So come out to Jack Turner. If y'all can come out for a useless football game, y'all can come out to support a real sport, please. Can I ask for a better start? GG, Coastal Carolina, Western Carolina. They sure gave it a fight, especially Western Carolina. And yeah, let's just get ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be a hard game. You can also listen to Hondo the Bulldog All Stars. Curry Smart Bulldogs Live Hondo the All Stars tomorrow at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And then soccer game Friday. Lady Dogs tomorrow. Men's basketball Friday night, and I believe the football team plays Mississippi State Saturday. So a lot of stuff to look forward to as a Georgia fan. Let's go hooping Lady Dogs. Great effort in these games. And let's get a win tomorrow.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.